podcast and take this walk with me.
Welcome back to the Three Parallels podcast, where I am your host, the Brother Dr. Jason Branch, where we rediscover who we were, we embrace who we are, and we make room for who we're trying to become. I help high-performing, high-achieving millennials overcome perfectionism by becoming a gator. What's a gator? I'm glad you asked. A gator is somebody who's grounded, they're aligned, they've transformed, they've transitioned, they've changed, they're observant, and they're restored. Those are the people that I help. And I help as an executive performance coach, which is another identity that I have. It's another identity that I'm sharing with other people. And if you want some, come get some. That's where I'm at. And I'm being completely honest because we're preparing for season 3. I hope you're noticing every episode is preparing you for 2026. If you're not ready, it's time to get ready, family. Okay, gators, baby gators, haters, and everybody else in between, because I'm on to something, and man, I like it. It feels good. So I got a story to tell. It's around Christmas. Why? Because it's around Christmas. Yes, indeed. And Christmas brings a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of pain, a lot of struggle, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. It brings a lot of things, good, bad, ugly, in between, whatever you think it means. And Christmas means something different for everybody. And I value that. I value that 100% because that means nothing is one dimensional. And for those who are not watching, but that's listening, this is me in the studio, Battlecast Studios, and I'm coming to you live from some abandoned shopping center in the parking lot, in the back. It's the day, it's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve. I'm practicing speaking presently in my past. Oh, this is so good. Listen, I'm preparing you for season 3. I'm putting on some lotion right now because if nothing be happening for your boy, Ashy Larry is my cousin. So I stay ashy. And I'm not alone. And before it's all said and done, I'm going to have some kind of partnership with some kind of lotion company, like Shaq with Gold Bond. What up, Shaq? I'm ready for you whenever you ready. I think it's so cool, like a black man, ashy black man at that. I'm talking about me, not Shaq. But Shaq, if you want some, come get some. Because you be ashy too. Which is how he gets his contract with Gold Bond, you know? And to me, I'm spicy today. Y'all know this. And to me, for him to be able to get that kind of contract, he's using it, was using it. And what I've noticed, in my humble opinion, is he has changed the perception for a lot of people around Gold Bond. Here's an example. When I thought Gold Bond, I'm talking about the old me, I thought old people. I thought menthol, spearmint, mothballs, nursing home, dialysis. That's what I thought about when I thought Gold Bond. Now, with Shaq as a sponsor, I don't think about it that way anymore. I think about it, big ashy black dude. Which to me is better. It's more appropriate for me because I relate more to an ashy black dude than an old person. So it works. So these moments and more on Three Parallels season 3. Because I'm just finna give y'all me. You can do whatever you want to do with it. Okay? I'm offering of myself, my services, my expertise. If you want it, come get it, man. I'm just giving it. Okay? And I love it. I love it. I love who I am, where I am, and where I'm going. And I'm taking anybody who want to go with me. Let's go. Buckle up, Buttercup. We're going on a journey. So go ahead and get yourself together. Get ready. Get dressed. You know? And help me put some coal in this engine for this train to greatness. That's becoming the best version of you possible. That's what greatness looks like to me, the GOAT. We are the GOAT. That's the status we're trying to get to. But before we ever get to that GOAT, we got to be a Gator first. Hey, baby Gators. Glad you're here. Glad you're listening. Also, updates. End of the year, you know, we get very reflective. I'm sure y'all have seen the Spotify recap. Even LinkedIn gonna hop out here with a recap. Like, what? Come on, LinkedIn. Y'all doing recaps? Like, everybody wants to hop on the moving train. Nobody wants to start one. Spotify started it. And there's a story there. Another time, another day. We ain't got time. But there's a story there. But LinkedIn pretty much picked that up. And somebody else is going to do it. And it's going to spread because that's what humans do. There's people who start trains. People who build trains. People who guide trains, direct trains. A lot of things that you can do around trains. But one of the greatest things about trains that I've learned and I'm learning is you can't stop it once it's moving. Once it's headed exactly where it's supposed to go, it's very difficult to stop a really fast moving train. It takes time. So what that means is we are building momentum. This whole Gator University, this whole Gator Nation, this whole Gator institution, we're building something. I got a Gator shirt on right now, sweatshirt, sponsored by Nike, sponsored by Jordan. I'm just gonna be honest, it's gonna be sponsored by Jordan. Gator University. Excuse me, we finna change the game. I'm telling you now, the university is here mentally, because that's where every idea starts, in your mind. Then it moves to your heart, then your gut, then your butt. Which makes you get off of it and do something. When you take action, that's when things start showing up. PPTs, to be exact, people, places, and things. That's when they show up, when you start taking action. But you can't take action without changing your thoughts, your narrative, your ideas, your beliefs. Doesn't happen. But it's happening now. And to me, the core of all of this is finding out who you are. 3 parallels: who we were, who we are, who we're becoming. I'm helping people become Gators. If that's you, that's overcoming perfectionism and everything else in between that you may struggle with. Whatever that problem is, I have answers. Most, but not all. And the problem that I'm solving mainly relates to the problem that I have myself. I'm a high achieving, high performing, former perfectionist, navigating through drama, the things that happen between me and my mom, my attic, my living room, my basement. I'm doing the same thing you're doing on a higher level. And I'm bringing people up with me who want to go. That means that ain't everybody. Yeah, that ain't everybody, but it might be you. And if it is, buckle up, buttercup. We're going on a journey. Tickets, please. In my Tom Hanks voice. Tickets, please. I took the family, or the family took me, or we as a family went to the Polar Express last week, and it was phenomenal. Enjoyed it. Loved it, because it was an experience that was curated for us. We had our own train car. We got the hot chocolate, we got the dance, they were dancing. It was a whole theme, and it was beautiful. I enjoyed all of it. We had our PJs on. I had a little cup with me. It was nice. It was really nice. I had a great time. And the Polar Express, I'm going to do a whole episode on that. This is just happening real time. That's future me whispering. Let me know that episode is coming. Because that whole experience was an experience, and it took me to a lot of different places. And every year that I go, this is year 2, I become somebody different afterwards. So that's an episode I'm going to put together. So as you see in real time, I'm curating experiences for people. Some of y'all may not even heard of Polar Express. You're too grown. Yeah, you're too grown. All you know is the Grinch and Scrooge. That's it. Because that might be who you is when it comes to the holidays. There's a reason. I am spicy today. So I'm going to take a pause. Because this is spiciness at its finest. I'm going to finish one story. I'm going to share another story. But all the stories that I'm talking about is not the story that I'm on here to tell you on this Christmas Eve. That's how you know you spicy. But guess what? I got time. We got time, because you ain't doing nothing anyway. It's Christmas Eve. If it ain't the day after, the day before, it's whatever. This is when you're supposed to hear this, okay? So I'm going to finish one story, then I'm going to go to another story. I'm telling you and all of myself. Now, if I can remember what the stories were. Spicy. So therefore, I'm going to tell the story. That's the tangent. And this is what I have the ability to do, which I'm no longer calling a tangent. I'm calling it a journey. So let's take a journey together. This is a side story. This is a part of my ADHDing, and my neurodivergence diverging. And I no longer like the term ADHD and neurodivergent. So I'm going to begin curating my own, language around it. And as I, begin creating my own language around it, if you like it, try it. If you don't, that's cool. And in order to become the future version of you, you have to speak a different language. You can't speak the same. Think about it. You do not speak the same way you did in high school. You do not. However you were speaking, and I'm not going to imitate or emulate, but you know how you used to talk. You don't use the same words. Some of the same words you do, but, you've changed, you've evolved. You're educated. You got a couple dollars in your pocket, in your bank. You're doing good. You own a few things. You're doing okay. You're doing all right. So therefore, you speak differently. So what if you were more intentional about speaking differently or giving yourself permission to be whoever you need to be? So 2 stories I want to share. And we're going to close this thing out, put a bow on it. So the first is this journey we're going to go on related to becoming a different version of you. And this different version of me, which is who I am today, I'm spicy. Neurospicy. Again, creating a language, don't got it yet. So being this spiciness, this neurospicy is a term that I just got hip to because I'm part of culture now, related to people who can go in different directions about different things that may step away from the topic or the conversation. They always go back. They can. They can always put everything together. It just takes time. And most people don't have the patience or the time. Which makes this podcast so great because it gives me more patience and it allows me to spend time processing, sharing with you, and sharing with all different versions of myself in one of the most beautiful places on earth, which to me, the greatest place on earth for me is being hidden in plain sight. That's a whole episode for another time, another day. But I find different places around my city, around my state, around my area where, where I live, within 10 minutes in any direction, I can be off the grid. I can be outer space. I may not even come up on the map, and I love that because I'm able to be in these places and I'm hidden in plain sight. No one knows where I am. And I love that. It gives me safety. It gives me security because in reality, throughout my life as a black man in these United States, I'm hidden in plain sight. I've been hidden in plain sight, and it wasn't for empowerment. If anything, it took power away, being in a place and space and not being seen, heard, valued, respected, or understood. That's being hidden in plain sight. And I have more experiences and stories related to that from birth to now. And what I'm doing from today moving forward is being intentional about curating new experiences for me based off of who I am now. So me being hidden in plain sight, being invisible, is now intentional to recharge, to rebuild. So right now, I'm invisible in Battlecast Studios, giving you me intimately. And don't get no more intimate than this, unless we're in the same room and you're a gator. Another conversation for another day. So let's get intimate. This Christmas is a very unique Christmas for me because for the second year, I'm hosting my mom. Last year, I hosted my mom and my dad, which led to me being able to host my mom. And it has been a journey, ladies and gentlemen. It has been an experience. It has been healing. It has been triggering. It has been re-traumatizing, but it's been good. It's been good because me and my mom are building, we're evolving, we're changing. She's changing, I'm changing, and we're growing and changing together. And it's a beautiful thing seeing 2 human beings become better versions of themselves by helping each other do just that. And that's where we are now. But that's not where we started. And this Christmas is really special to me because of how special Christmas last year was. So this episode, Christmas Under One Roof, speaks to my truth that I'm going to share with you, that I haven't shared publicly. And again, preparing you for season 3, there's going to be a lot of things that I share that have not been shared publicly because of my own insecurities, fears, or being invisible or anything else in between that's prevented me from being me. And I've decided from now until this thing over with, I can't be nobody else. So I'm not going to try. I'm going to be me authentically, and you can do whatever you want with what I have to offer. But as I mentioned before, and I'm reminding you all, this is for me. You just happen to have a seat at the table. Ooh, that's a word for somebody. Yes. Hey, Roselle. What up, Doc? Shout my people out. Always. I'm going to get some love on this show because this is community. This is community. So I'm taking my time because we slowly getting into my basement and it's a process. And I can't challenge you to go in your basement if I ain't willing to go in mine, whether you with your therapist or not. You can always go in the basement at any time. One way to go in your basement, and this is your life work. I give life work every episode, season 3. Your life work this week is to download the 3 Parallels podcast playlist, the musical playlist. It's on Spotify as well. Dive into it. It's real simple. All you got to do is hit shuffle and then press play. Within the first 3 songs, you're going to get whatever breadcrumb and ripple you're supposed to have. The music that you listen to as this version of you right now is not the same music that you listen to from a past or previous version. So hop on the playlist, get your random song because ain't nothing random, and whatever comes up for you, give yourself permission to dive into that space. That's how you intentionally go into your basement. Other times when you trigger and your old self come up from the basement. That little girl, that little boy, that little person, they come up from that basement unannounced when company over. Yeah, that's not intentional. But music is a way that you can be intentional to connect to PPTs, people, places, and things. So think about Christmas music. It takes you to a place. Whether, oh my God, this is great. Where's the gingerbread? Oh my God. Or another place, bah, humbug. Or Christmas. You turn to the Grinch. Furry green, yellow teeth. What up, Mr. Grinch? We go to a certain place, which is great. What if we chose to be even more intentional about our greatness? Come on, I do this for a living. Okay? If you didn't know, now you know. I am him, and I know it. All caps, no blue hat. So this Christmas is different because I chose to dive deeper. And I chose to dive deeper because of my initial dive last year. Story time. Buckle up, Buttercup. Get your notebook, because there may be some breadcrumbs and ripples for you. If you don't have a notebook, the Gator Scales Journal is available for you. Volume 2 is coming soon. Get it. Also, I'm doing Gator Scales Journal experiences. So a 4-week experience. I expect to host one every month, once a month. So if you're listening already, hit me up, DM, email, whatever. Holla at your boy. Comment, like, share. If you want some, come get some. Again, I'm just creating experiences. So if you want to be a part, 4-week session, we go through the journal, we go through the experience. Hop in, bring a friend. Hop in and bring a friend. Excuse me. So, origin story related to Christmas under one roof. So, growing up, being a part of a divorced family, my parents divorced when I was like 2. So, it's always been separate. So, my mom was in Ohio, dad was in Alabama. And typically I would do Christmas in Ohio, Thanksgiving in Alabama, vice versa, be with mom one year, dad with the other year. We never did anything together. Anything that we ever did together was usually a funeral, a wedding, an event, family, something, because both of our families are connected, which is wild because they were all around the same place and space in Alabama at the time. And many of them, migrated to the Midwest, Ohio and Michigan, to be exact. So Detroit and Dayton. So I'm from Dayton, for those who didn't know. From Dayton, Ohio. Shout out to the Gem City. Born and raised, and then spent formal education in Alabama. So that back and forth just went for years and years. That was the norm. So last year for Christmas, a few years ago, moved from Jersey to California. So now California got a little more space in the place. I was inviting my mom and dad up, not together, but let's get on the books for the holidays when you want to come up. And talked to my mom about it. Mind you, again, we've never been on the same roof like this. So asked my mom, hey, when you want to come through? Talking to her individually, I'm open, blah, blah, blah. Talking to my mom, hey, when you coming through? And she was like, yeah, I'm cool. Christmas around that time, 7 days, 10 days, whatever. I said, all right, cool, let's go. And she said, did you invite your dad? I said, yeah, he gonna come up too. Make sure y'all on different weeks. I don't want no trouble. Meanwhile, sidebar, I've never known my parents to have any trouble, even though they're not together, they're not married. They've always been cordial, always been respectful. So it's never been beef, never been drama, ever. I've never seen it, if there was. There was always, something going on with me at school and my dad. He may take an approach, and then he'll talk to my mom. Next thing I know, there's a different approach. So it's like, I know those things happen behind closed doors, but in front, never saw issue, never saw drama, trauma, anything when we're all together. So that's sidebar. So fast forward, now my mom has 2 grandbabies, Cameron and Jalen, 2 and 4. And, mortality, life is lifing, you know what I'm saying? We just survived a pandemic. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. And if you're not celebrating life, that's one reason to celebrate. If you can celebrate nothing else, you can celebrate that. We survived a pandemic. We finna celebrate Christmas. What? And Santa Claus is black, if you didn't know. Yep. Santa's black to me. He's black in my house. So Santa's whatever color you say it is, just like Jesus. Anyway, being spicy today. Spicy J is coming to play. So being Spicy J, I'm finna go on this sidebar, this other journey. I'm gonna get back to the story, please believe. But I need to go on this sidebar, so go and get your coffee or whatever, tea. Because this sidebar is your introduction or reintroduction, because I need to introduce everybody to Spicy J. Big shout out to Meg. So I have now developed this whole persona when I go off in these tangents, when my ADHD is ADHDing. And that's when I become Spicy J. And if you know about Spicy J, you know about Juicy J. And Juicy J has one of the world famous quotes I've ever heard in my life that will go down in hip hop history of the best quote of all time that has changed the course of the entertainment industry forever. And Juicy J said on a song, and I'm not quote, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't want to lose any listeners with the actual quote, but you can look it up. But I'm paraphrasing, and Juicy J on the song called Bands Will Make Her Dance. It's a song about providing, being fiduciarily responsible for entertainers who happen to be men or women, that the money given to this person will make them dance a little more, a little harder, a little more, adds more value. So that's the song. And the quote that he said was, it's not an entertainment club, if they're not showing their entire bodies fully nude. So this entertainment industry, to decipher a little bit more, this strip club, you can't consider a strip club if the people dancing, the women dancing are not completely naked. Now, that's the PG-13 podcast version. I'm trying to get better, y'all. I'm trying to be on a plane to Tampa with Myron, and he do not rock with people who be cussing. So I'm trying to get better, but I want to say it. He said it ain't a strip club if they're not showing nudity, but he doesn't say nudity. He's talking about the female member. And that quote alone has changed a lot of strip clubs, because a lot of people stopped going to strip clubs that were not fully nude because of this song, because of this quote. And other people started to ensure that their entertainers, their women, their dancers are fully nude. Because it ain't no strip club if you're not fully nude. So it changed the dynamics of strip clubs forever. And I thought that was just amazing. So therefore, Spicy J had to come up with a quote that's just as phenomenal, but something I can use on this show. And it's in this place and space in my life and where I'm going, becoming the GOAT on this podcast game. It ain't a podcast if I ain't on it. And I quote. So when it comes to me being Spicy J says, it ain't a podcast if I ain't on it. So whatever your favorite podcast is, if I ain't on it, it ain't a podcast. That's what Juicy J said. The disrespect. Some people call it disrespect, and for me, I call it audacity, which is my theme for 2026. Audacity. I'm finna be audacious out here in these streets. Why? Why not? Everybody and their mama can. Why can't I? Because I said so. Guess what? I can also say so. I'm finna be audacious as Juicy J to tell folks about their establishment that I don't even have or own, but I go to, but I bring to. I'm gonna tell them what they industry or business means. People do it all the time. People do it all the time. What makes us any different? Our beliefs. See, even when I go somewhere, you don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going either, but we get there. I hope you got something. If you didn't, rewind it. If you did, you are in good company. If you don't know what I'm talking about at all, turn it off and come back in 2026. Back to the story. So, I'm sharing with my mom, yeah, I got my dad scheduled. I'm going to get him scheduled. Finna get you scheduled. What dates, time, blah, blah, blah. And she paused for me and she said, hey, are you scheduling us together? And I'm like, nah, why would I do that? You know, I had an attitude about it. Like, why would I schedule y'all to be here at the same time? That don't make sense. Because for 43 years of life, it's never happened. And I've never known why. And I've never asked why. It's just what we did. Kind of like Christmas. Kind of like Christmas, where if you felt offended by me saying that Santa's black or Jesus is black, check your records. What evidence do you have to prove what anybody looks like that are mythical beings? Oh, I'm sorry if you don't know. Hey, rumors out. I just want to talk about things we don't talk about. So, whatever you believe is true. Is true. Because our beliefs are greater than the facts at times. I can believe something so long it becomes a fact to me even when it's not. So this ability to believe gives you an opportunity to shift. I need you to be audacious and have some audacity because that's what I'm having myself. So as my mom had the audacity to say, are we scheduled together? I immediately said, no, why would I ever do that? And she responded back, well, it's not a bad idea. And I stopped in my tracks. It's not about, I'm blown away. Like, who is you and where is my mama? You know what I mean? Who is this woman? You got picked up by MIB, like Men in Black, for those who don't know. What happened? I was confused. I'm like, what? What do you mean? And she said, yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea if you want us to come down and be there together at the same time. And I was just flabbergasted. Confused, bamboozled, run amok. I didn't know what was going on. I'm in the Matrix. I'm like, Mom, what are you talking about? And she's triple down on it. Yeah, if you want to schedule us together and we're there at the same time for Christmas and we can be all together, Christmas under one roof, I wouldn't be mad about it. I think that's a great idea. And I'm just eyes welled up with tears. If you bumped me, it was over with. I'm talking about Viola Davis Oscar-winning performance tears. I didn't cry, but my eyes welled with water because this was something I never experienced. And in real time, I actually have an opportunity to experience something I never had. Christmas under one roof with my mom, my dad, my wife, my two sons. For the first time in my entire life. Man, the moment came and I didn't know what to do with it. Part of me was angry, why haven't we done this before? Part of me was confused. Part of me was excited. Part of me was that child, that kid that never had that. And because I never had it, I never had a desire or wanted it. It just wasn't a thing. Because you can't miss what you never had. You can, based on beliefs. But it was never something on my radar. So it becoming a reality, I broke down. I'm in my basement. And I took a moment to process and then followed up with questions. Why now? How? What? Why haven't we? And the answers I expected, I didn't get. The answers I got were the truth. I asked, why now? And the reality, we getting older. We got grandbabies. Ain't no beef. We never had no beef. So that led to another question. If y'all ain't never had no beef, why we never did this? And she like, well, he may have been dating someone. I may have been. I got married. He got married, remarried. Yeah, it just never came up. I said, hell? What about those gaps when y'all weren't with nobody? You know what I'm saying? What about them gaps? Off season when it wasn't cuffing season. Because now I'm in a place, again, the work that I've done got me to a place to have honest dialogue with my mom. We can do that now. There's a lot of people that cannot do that, even with their mother here. I'm proud of that, but it worked to get there. And if I can do it, you better believe you can. I'll help you. I got you. So having that conversation with her, I'm asking questions to get to the answers that I never asked questions about, never had answers to. If we're doing it now, what prevented it from happening? And the reality is that what prevented it from happening is they never discussed it. They never communicated. They didn't know how. They did not know how to effectively communicate, hey, although we're not together, we're cordial enough that we can spend Christmas under the same roof, whether you wake up or you come over here. They never discussed that. So it was never a possibility. And for the first time in all of our lives, we discussed it 43 years later. And man, my heart just filled with so much joy. Knowing that I get a Christmas with my parents in the same house. I could not wait. Hosting them. And, the house was big enough to host both, where they can have their own wing and no drama, no trauma, no nothing. And we didn't need it. We had the space and didn't need the space because it was the greatest experience that I ever had as an adult that I didn't get growing up. They filled several cups for me. That one Christmas that we just had together last year filled my cup for every Christmas that I didn't get with both of them under the same roof. I'm healed now. I'm restored. I'm a gator when it comes to Christmas. Never had that before. One was more than enough. Whether we do it again or not, that was enough. Because I had to become him, all caps, no blue hat, to have a conversation, to ask certain questions, to follow up, to get to the heart. And the root was so simple, yet so complex. And it's one of the greatest gifts we have to communicate. And many of us are not the best communicators. You see that from my experience. Simple. But how can I know how to do something that was never taught or told to me or that I've seen? I can't. Because as human beings, we're going to be just like our parents, the complete opposite or somewhere in the middle. And if my parents didn't do it, how can I? Until I teach myself or until I learn, that's when. And that's when you make the change. So my mom broke a generational curse. And I do want to develop a different language around that. But she broke that generational curse by taking a risk, being vulnerable, being uncomfortable, putting herself out there. And by doing that, we were able to have Christmas under one roof. Now, fast forward. Now we got to have a conversation with my dad. What's his story? Because my mom's story is, just, life, circumstances. We didn't talk about it. So then I asked my dad, simple, he going to be quick and to the point. I said, hey, man, you interested? You open? Spending Christmas with me, your ex-wife, your baby mama? You all right with that? He said, yeah, I'm down. Let's go. Let's do it. Nothing. And I said, Dad, 43 years later, we can do this, and it's because I brought it up? What? Confused again. He said, yeah, man, I'm down. I'm cool. And I'm like asking, why now? Why haven't we ever done this? He was like, man, I don't know. I don't know. So asking more questions, getting to the heart of it. The heart of it is, y'all never discussed it? No, we just never talked about it. That was hard, yet healing at the same time. Because it removes blame. It removes all these beliefs that I had about what things were, and it gave me facts. And the facts were, we can only repeat what we know. The facts were, it didn't happen then, but it's happening now. The facts were, that was one of the greatest Christmases I've ever had. The facts were, I got what I needed, and I healed different parts of me that struggled with Christmas because of the beliefs around what it actually is. And the reality is, Christmas is whatever the hell you say it is. Just want to talk about facts. Anything that we do that you believe is whatever you say it is, because that's a fact. How do we know? We can prove it. Everything has meaning, and we give meaning to everything that has meaning. It's whatever things mean to you. That's what it is. So I share this story to give hope, to give insight, to share healing, to share experiences, to share connection, because we all can connect to these stories in different ways, especially when it comes to the holidays, because it's cultural. It's something that we share in this culture, in this, place and space, wherever you are. This time, this season brings different things for different people. And whatever it brings is what you create. And you have an opportunity now to create more things or people, places, and things that benefit you. So having my parents under the same roof, and man, they saw me as who I was, him. And they acknowledged, they respected, and they celebrated me being able to take care of them and put all this together to have Christmas under one roof for the first time ever. It was healing for all of us. I only thought about me. And when we had prayer and, I covered their meals, made sure they ate good, drank good, whatever they needed, wanted, I had it. They space, their time. Mia hooked them up. Like we got a little branch, a doctor's B&B bed and breakfast, okay? Just know that. That's the level we on. So if you ever come stay with us, we're going to take care of you, okay? It's a bed and breakfast. We've been doing this for years, and I'm proud of us for that, because everyone who stays at the compound, at Battlecat Studios, you are taken care of. You're well taken care of, because that's how we treat our guests. That's how we treat our family. It's how we treat our friends. So I didn't know that was a big deal until people let me know that. So now that I know that, I share it. So if you ever had the opportunity to hang out at the hotel, at the compound, at the Honeycomb Hideout, you are in for a treat. You are in for a treat. Speaking of a treat, retreats. I'm taking the same hospitality from my house and bringing it to life on retreats that will be happening in 2026. So, again, the train is moving. So, with my parents, them loving on me loving on them, and having this huge moment, we got, pictures of it. And, they with the boys, and we opened the presents together. Like, it was amazing. I had a little brunch. Like, it was everything to me. And it filled so many different cups of many different versions of my younger self around the holidays. And it changed my life. And here we are, year 2. My mom's here. My dad will be here in January. Another story for another day. But they're still good. No issue, no problem. We get to create what we want, and now I'm creating memories and experiences that work best for me directly and indirectly, and those who are around me. And that's where I'm at. So that experience taught me a lot about myself, about people, about life, about healing, about growth, about evolution, about humanness. Because my parents, for the first time, my belief, they saw me as the grown man that I am, who happens to be their son. And just the experiences that we had throughout the time, I saw both of them as a grown woman and a grown man who happened to be my parents. We saw each other in the most human way possible, which allowed us to develop a different perspective about each other. And it enhanced the dynamics of our relationship on every aspect. And I'm thankful. And that's what healing looks like. So as a healer, healing myself will challenge you to work on healing yourself and your family dynamics by you being the agent of change. Change happens because someone is willing to do something different, say something different, think something different, just anything different, and be okay with it. Because my differences led me to becoming him. Merry Christmas to you all, and to all a good night. It's Christmas Eve. Sleep tight. Coming to the end of the year, coming to the end of the holiday season, the explosion of the new year, the audacity for 2026. I appreciate you all for rocking with me, for being with me, for spending time with me. We got 204 people that are subscribed to this experience, and I love this growth. It's organic. I don't know who's here. I don't know who's listening. I would love to hear from you, so feel free to share, send me a note, send me a flower, anything. Just a pigeon, a bat signal. Just let me know you out there listening, because I don't know unless you tell me. And the show is for me. You just happen to get a piece of it. But I do want to know if you're listening. So let me know. This Christmas, I would challenge you to do different, to be different, to do something you've never done in order to become somebody that you've never been. Christmas, sometimes we get caught up on the things. And to me, I want us to get caught up on the being. Because once you become the best version of you possible, you will attract the people, places, and things that you're supposed to have. So for me, I'm not worried about Christmas. I'm not worried about much. I'm more concerned about becoming the best Santa Claus that I can be. And Santa Claus is whatever you imagine him to be. That's who he is. And that's me. This has been another episode of the Three Parallels Podcast with your host, the Brother Dr. Jason Branch, where we rediscover who we were, we embrace who we are, and we make room for who we're trying to become. If that is you, you are in the right place. You're in the right place, space. Gator University, baby. Gator University is here. We are ready. So if you are in need and I can help, reach out. Let's connect. Take care of you. Happy holidays. Eat good. Drink good. Be good. That is it. That is all.